What's up you guys, it's Molly. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome to another video. If you're new here, my name is Molly. I'm a freshman at the University of Alabama, and today's video, by the time you guys see this, it will be a few short days away from the end of another year and the end of the decade, which is absolutely crazy to think about because I feel like this year I've had a lot happen to me. I've had a lot of change, good and bad. I feel like I've learned so many really important things. Just kind of going from high school to college was a big transition, and in that I learned a lot of different life lessons. So today's video is going to be 19 things I learned in 2019 for you guys, just because I love these videos. I think it's super important to reflect at the end of every year. So that's what we're gonna do today. I have 19 things typed out on my phone that I'm dying to share with you guys, and I really hope you guys enjoy this. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Okay, so the first thing that I learned in 2019 is there's so much to be thankful for. I feel like, especially going through the transition of going to college, especially so far away, I've kind of realized a lot of things that I'm really thankful for and things that I found really important in life, like my family. It's been a big transition, and it made me realize how important it is to maintain those kind of relationships. The next thing I learned this year is it's important to be yourself. I feel like I grew up in such a small town. I grew up here from kindergarten till senior year of high school, and I felt like I was always kind of conforming to what everyone else expected me to be. I never really felt like I was entirely myself, to be quite honest, and oftentimes I felt like I didn't do things that I really felt passionate about, things I really wanted to do, because I was worried about how other people would react, especially when it came to YouTube. I was honestly really scared to do it just because I knew a lot of people didn't put themselves out there on YouTube like I decided to do, and I knew that a lot of people probably would judge me for that, but it was something I ended up being really passionate about, and it's grown astronomically over this past year, and it kind of made me realize the importance of just staying true to who I am. The next thing that I learned is you should embrace creativity and doing things differently. That's kind of going off with what I was just talking about. I feel like my entire life I had this idea, like I really was into video, photography, fashion, and a lot of things like that I feel like translate well to YouTube, and a lot of people are interested in those types of things, and for a while I just really didn't do it just because I was scared of what other people would think. And the moment I kind of started getting into YouTube, I realized that it was what I was meant to do because I felt so strongly about it, and frankly I didn't really care what the people judging me were saying because I knew it was what I wanted to do. So that is another really important thing that I learned. These all kind of go pretty similarly together, but the fourth one is you need to find what you're passionate about. I feel like YouTube is definitely one of those things, but especially going into college, especially like trying to find out what career I want to do in the future, there's so many different ways I could go, and I found a lot of different things that I really could see myself doing, which I think is awesome because I think a lot of people sometimes struggle finding things that fit them well, but I've had the ability to find multiple possibilities, and I've been able to explore those a lot, which I think is super important. The next one is change can be hard, but it is good. This definitely has to go out to my kind of college transition and everything like that. I feel like I've talked about this a little bit in some of my college related videos, which you guys can totally check out. They're all on my channel. I have an Alabama video, like my experience, a recruitment one, a rush vlog, all of those you guys can totally check out because they're definitely really good videos kind of explaining this. But I feel like going so far from home, for a long time I just assumed I would automatically transition beautifully and I would do really well, but it is a lot harder than you think, especially for me. I've always been a bit of a homebody, and I just would prefer spending time with my family. That's always been who I am, and kind of going so far from home, I love it at Alabama. I wouldn't do anything differently just because of the distance. It's just so challenging for me, but I love it so much that I know it is worth it in the end, and I'm getting a lot of amazing opportunities from it. So I've just learned that it can be challenging, but it's all worth it. My sixth thing I learned in 2019 is don't doubt yourself and your path. I feel like this was really important kind of before I even made my decision on Alabama or going to Alabama. I applied to 15 different schools during my time applying for college because the beginning half of this year was me applying to schools, and I got rejected from a lot of schools I fell in love with since I was a little kid. UNC was one of them, UVA was one of them, and it was really hard for me because I had expected myself to go there. But when I had toured Alabama, I kind of realized that you don't have to rely on something you thought you loved since you were 10. Like, there are different paths you can take and they will end up well. At the beginning of my college process, I don't think I ever would have expected myself to go to Alabama, to be completely honest with you, but I can quickly say and easily say that it is the best decision I've made. My seventh thing I learned in 2019 is you become more successful and happy when you surround yourself with the right people. I feel like in life, sometimes when you do things out of the box and differently, or just doing things in general, you want people around you that aren't going to judge it or make fun of it and support you no matter what you decide to do. Because I know I had a lot of really good friends that kind of rallied around me and supported me so much doing YouTube, and I've had a lot of people compliment me on it, which means the absolute world to me because I really try to work as hard as I can on it, and I want people to love my videos as much as I do and just love watching them and look forward to them. So having my friends around that really support me and kind of hype up my videos, it means a lot. So if you're out there another thank you for it because it really does mean the world to me. The 8th thing I learned in 2019 is people meant to be in your life will stay in it. This was definitely a big realization for me, especially going from high school to college and those friendships kind of being challenged a little bit, obviously, because like I said, I don't go to school with any of my best friends. My best friend luckily is in Georgia and she's really close to me, which is great, but still we don't really see each other that often and you have to keep up with those friendships, and some friendships do die off. I've had friendships die off and a lot of them I really do miss every single day. The people that are meant to be in your life will want to stay in your life and they will stay in it, so that is another really important thing. Next is always stay close to loved ones. I feel like this I talked about a lot already, but I talk to my family every day when I'm at school just because I think it's really important to kind of stay updated and just stay in contact with them because they do so much for me every day even when I'm not with them, and so it's really important to kind of just talk to them every day, and it kind of helps with the homesickness too. I realize it's really nice to just FaceTime them and see what they're doing and everything like that, so that is definitely important as well. My 10th thing I learned in 2019 is how much my passion for YouTube has grown. This one I've already talked about so much, but I feel like at the beginning I was kind of scared to do it and I didn't know what people would think. Like I said, there's more of a beauty to it when you're yourself and you're not trying to be the same person as another creator, another YouTuber, or anything like that. So I've really tried to live by that and make my videos kind of how I want them and not how any other people do them, which I think is super important as well. I'm the one kind of deciding what content I want to put out and I'm the one kind of choosing it, and I'm not letting other people and other YouTubers kind of sway what I decide to do. I've just been really excited with where YouTube is going and I could not thank you guys seriously enough for the support. For a while I kind of just didn't know if people would support my videos and enjoy them, and it just means a lot, so thank you guys. My 11th thing I learned in 2019 is sometimes you have to go out of your comfort zone. I feel like in all aspects of life I've been doing this more, especially during recruitment. I am not an extroverted person, I'm a very introverted person, and going through Rush was one of the hardest things I've ever done because I had to talk to a lot of people and sometimes those people weren't the same as me, which is totally fine, but it really did push me outside my bubble. With YouTube, I'm growing every day. I feel like I'm getting more comfortable in front of a camera and I've kind of realized my passion for that, and those kind of things I've just kind of slowly begun to do, and I've learned that because of it. The 12th thing I learned in 2019 is you do find some of your best friends in college. I can safely say that Pi-Phi has given me some of the greatest girls and friends I could have asked for. Obviously I've only been there for a semester, so there's a lot more friendships to be made and learning to happen, but I do love it every single day. I'm always so happy to be there because they're just such nice and amazing girls. I had to move because of the light. Sorry about that. Okay, but the 13th thing I learned in 2019 is going off of number 12, but at the same time it's important to value the friendships of those you grew up with. Like I said, my best friend is at Georgia. I don't go to school with any of my best friends from home, but I really do value their friendships so much and I miss them every day, and obviously I wish I could go to school with them, but that is not the reality. I can't go to school with all of them because I feel like when you grow up with people you go through so much change with them, and I think it's really great to kind of keep in contact with those people because they can be still important. You don't just have to move on to your college friends. Like they say, your college friends will be your bridesmaids, but you can have high school friends as your bridesmaids too, and I definitely know I have some really amazing friends in my high school friends, so it's really important for me. Number 14 is my hard work in high school paid off for college. I did very well this semester at Alabama and I did not feel as stressed. I feel like in school, in high school, I was very anxious all the time and I wanted to be perfect because I was working for college, but I quickly realized when I got to college that I didn't have to do anything differently because of how hard I worked and how good of like studying habits I created and everything like that. I touched on that a little bit in my study tips video as well, so if you want to check that out you can see that, but I feel like I really haven't had to change anything and it's made school a lot less of a stress point for me. Number 15 is the Alabama community is such an amazing place. This is so true. From Pi-Phi to Reese Pfeiffer, the College of Communications, which I'm a part of, it is seriously such an amazing community. It is like a big family within itself. I love it. I really couldn't ask for a better school to be a part of or a better school to represent. The 16th thing I learned in 2019 is it's important to maintain a healthy lifestyle emotionally and physically. This is definitely very true, especially at college, because you are just prone to getting sick and you're prone to a bunch of different emotions and feelings, especially in your first year of college going through such a big transition. So it's been really important to me just to maintain so many healthy lifestyles. Being so into YouTube has been a really good outlet for me no matter what I'm doing, just because it gives me something to take my mind off of other things that might be going on in my life. Working out is really important as well. I try to eat fairly healthy, especially being at Pi-Phi. It's nice to have really great home cooked meals pretty much every day, so I love that and it really helps me stay really healthy. The 17th thing I learned in 2019 is how goal oriented I am. I have always been kind of chasing different things I want to accomplish, whether it's YouTube, school, used to be sports, anything like that. Going into college, you're kind of at the end of the day, you're looking for a career in the future, and I've gotten to be a part of a lot of really amazing organizations, clubs, things like that that have really shaped my time end there and made me realize how excited I am for the future. And so I've just been really pushing myself to prepare myself for the future. The 18th thing I learned in 2019 is don't compromise your values for anybody. I feel like this is really important, especially going to college when you're meeting a bunch of new people and you're not used to the same people that were around you in high school and everything like that. Like I said, I'm a very introverted person, and I think it's really important for me to stick to kind of what I believe in, kind of how I am, just because I don't want to change who I am for anybody at the end of the day. And I feel like your true friends will stay with you no matter what. So that is another really important thing that I learned. The last thing that I learned in 2019 is my future is going to bring amazing things. In high school, I feel like I doubted myself so much, wondering if my hard work would pay off. Going into college, I've kind of had a similar mindset, I feel like, wondering that, but I've quickly realized that how hard I work is going to bring amazing things in life, and I just have to keep doing what I'm doing, because I've had a lot of really exciting things happening to me in the past year. My YouTube has grown a lot more than I expected it to, and I want to thank you guys for that. I love it so much, and it has become such an amazing passion for me, and I really hope you guys enjoy these videos and want to see more from me, because I'm not going to stop doing YouTube anytime soon. I've kind of quickly realized what I want to do in life. Like I said, there's a lot of different things I could go into, but I'm really just enjoying exploring all of them. I will have amazing opportunities in the future if I just keep working hard, so that is definitely a really important thing that I learned. Okay, you guys, that is everything for my 19 things I learned in 2019 video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button down below, and be sure to follow me on my social media, which will be linked in the description as well. So yeah, that is everything for this video, and I will see you guys next time.